everyone, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about underrated products. So products that I feel don't get enough recognition, enough raving reviews, either on YouTube or in everyday life. Some of them are even underrated to me, meaning that I own maybe like one or two color, but I really love the formula and I don't understand why I don't get more, and I just tend to forget about them for whatever reason, and I wanted to give them a big shout out during this video. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with what's on my lips because every time I wear this color, I'm like, why do I not wear this all the time? This is basically everything I have been looking for as a like berry, dark vampy shades for the fall. Does it not, like, I don't know, to me it looks like the perfect color. And it's part of a range of lipstick that I don't hear anyone mention, and I even need to do a lip swatch video on them because they are great, but I don't get enough attention on YouTube. And I'm talking about the NYX Full Trut lipsticks. Like, nobody ever mentioned these, and they're fantastic. They remind me of the MAC Retro Matte finishes, which I know isn't for everyone. That formula is like very drying or on the dry side. So if you have really dry lips already, or if you they get dry very easily, it wouldn't be a range I would recommend. But if you like those like velvety matte lipsticks that don't transfer a lot and that just stick to your lips, this is something I would highly recommend. I'm currently wearing the color number 10, which is called Locked, and in my opinion, this is the best berry lipstick ever. They go on easier than the MAC Retro Matte finishes in my opinion, so they don't tend to tug as much on the lips. They are still not the easiest one to apply, but I personally don't mind as long as the color looks great. Let me swatch a couple. And this is what it looks like whenever they're brand new. It's kind of funny. It doesn't stay that way obviously because you apply it, but I just thought I would mention it because it's pretty fun. Some of the other ones have a little bit of a shine, but they do die down to a really, really matte finish, which I find very, very nice. I don't find matte lipstick uncomfortable in general, so I wouldn't have an issue, but just showing you a few colors. The red one is number 4 and the purple one is number 5. They are waterproof, they do last very long on the lips, but like I said, they could be drying, and the range of color isn't the best. I believe there's 10 or 12 colors, which most of them are pretty bold, which I don't mind at all. I actually really like that. I feel like really dark vampy shades. I feel like I tend to gravitate towards the ones that are more matte because they tend to transfer less and just tend to be less messy in general. But I do have one or two more nude colors, but I definitely hope that NYX will bring out more color in that range. By the way, if I try to remove it, it basically feels like a liquid lipstick. Like, you just can't remove it easily. Like, it won't budge. So it's like liquid lipstick in a lipstick packaging. Next underrated product is something that I have mentioned on my channel, but I don't hear anyone ever mention this eyeliner, like ever. And it is the Clinique one. This one is the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen in 01 Black. I actually found out about this eyeliner on Sephora. I was on the Sephora website looking at stuff, as you do, and I was looking at eyeliners and decided to just check them out with the ones with the best reviews, and that's how I found out about this one. There was like amazing reviews, and I realized that nobody ever mentioned this one, and I decided to get it, obviously tried it and loved it. So this one isn't waterproof, but it is like water resistant. I have never had an issue with it going all over my face, and I do have like watery eyes, and even during the like fall and winter, it's snowing, it's raining, and it doesn't move on me at all. I always hear everyone mentioning the Kat Von D liner or the Stila one, never anyone mentioning the Clinique one. And as you can see, it's a really nice black eyeliner, and it is a lot more matte than the Stila one. The Stila one, my biggest pet peeve about it, and only one, is the fact that it is shiny. This one isn't 100% matte, but definitely more matte than all the other ones that I've tried from Sephora. As you can see, like, there's just a tiny little bit of a shine. I'm actually wearing it today, and they call it Easy Liner, and I always like to joke about the fact that actually every single time I use it, for whatever reason, my eyeliner looks great, which sometimes I really struggle with other ones, and with this one I never had that issue. Could be a coincidence, but just putting it out there, I do feel like it's really easy. It doesn't tug whatsoever. It is black. It doesn't move all day. I have zero complaint with it. So if you are looking for a great eyeliner, and I believe it is cheaper than the other ones that I mentioned, so I would recommend checking that one out. I feel like it's a great option and super underrated. Other underrated product would have to be the Milani lip liners, and I only own 3 colors, and I don't wear the bright pink that much, but these two I absolutely adore, and I do have a good excuse not owning more because Milani is not easy to find in Canada. But if you can find these eyeliners. But if you can find these lip liners, I highly recommend you check them out. Those are my two favorite ones. I have nude. Yeah, I have nude and Bordeaux. So clearly I use them because I need a sharpener. So those are the two colors that I mentioned. I have nude and Bordeaux, and they are really creamy. They don't, I know sometimes lip liners are really hard to apply, like the MAC ones. Half the time they just hurt my lips. Not an issue with these. They are really matte. They are stunning. I don't have an issue making them even. And sometimes these two actually wear them on their own. They are definitely drying if you do this, but I have no issue with these. I love them, and I only own those three colors. Actually, let me swatch the pink one too. So this one is pretty pink. I don't like it as much as the two other one. It's definitely more on the peachy side on me. And Bordeaux is just basically actually what I'm wearing on my lips. It's just the perfect dark vampire shade with a hint of like purple in there, like berry. And the nude one, what I like is that it's not too warm. I feel like a lot of the times nude lip liners will be like too orangey or too brown on me. This one is definitely a great option if you have a little bit of a lighter skin tone or even a cooler undertone. It won't look straight up brown. Another product that I want to mention, I am kicking myself right now because I just brought it back to my house. If you don't know, I'm like moving this weekend, so things are a little bit all over the place, but I will include a bunch of swatches because I did do a lip swatch video on these lipsticks. The video actually didn't get that many views because nobody knows about these lipsticks, and I keep wanting to mention them. I keep gifting them to people because they are so underrated. And I'm talking about the Covergirl Outlast lipsticks. These are incredibly underrated. Nobody ever mentioned them, and they are fantastic. They're super long wearing. They are kind of in between like the creamy and the matte lipsticks. They definitely dry down to a more like a less shiny lipstick, but they are super comfortable on lips. They are vibrant colors. They're one or two nudes too, but definitely amazing bright shades. So if you were looking for a great lipstick that will last a long time but still be comfortable, you need to give these ones at least a shot. They're great. There's so many amazing colors. Again, you can see all the colors with the pictures, and I really love them, and I don't know why nobody talks about them because they are fantastic. The next product I really want to talk about is one of my all-time favorite highlighter, and it is the LA Girl Velvet Highlight. And this one is in the color Luminous, and there's three different ones, but this one is definitely my favorite out of the three. It is a really stunning cream highlighter. As you can see, it is gorgeous. It is definitely like glowy. I don't see any glitter particle in it, which I'm usually not a big fan of. But this is super easy to use especially during the summer. I will just put a little bit of my finger and dab it on my cheekbones, and it looks really great. You can apply a little bit to make it really glowy natural, or you can just apply quite a bit and it looks great. I don't have any issue with this moving my foundation or powder underneath, and it stays all day, and it's super natural, but it's still like a really nice glow. As you can see, it's not metallic or anything. So if you were looking for a great everyday creamy highlighter, this is definitely something that needs to be mentioned a lot more. It's definitely also my favorite out of the three that they have. The two other ones are less intense. They're definitely more like, one of them actually kind of looks matte and the other one is like a bit too natural, but this one is definitely the perfect like in between, like intense and natural. Like this is just perfect. Also wanted to mention that the texture is great. I feel like very often creamy highlighter, especially like in those stick forms, they tend to be like too oily or just not a perfect consistency, and this one is definitely the right in between being creamy and being like hard enough, consistent enough that it won't start melting. So yeah. I don't know why it took me so long to try the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, possibly because the packaging, to be honest, not really attracted to that packaging. And the brush looks like it's gonna be doing absolutely nothing for my lashes because it is super thin, tiny little bristle. It's plastic and it does tend to bend, which I'm usually not a fan of, but this is absolutely awesome. No mascara gives me this much length than this one. It's fantastic, and surprisingly gave me also a good curl and some volume, and I've been super impressed. I will definitely be repurchasing this, and every time someone is looking for a very nice lengthening mascara from the drugstore, this is the one that I usually mention. More lip liners that need to be raved about, and I wanted to talk about the Rimmel lip liners. Those are the Exaggerate lip liners, and I only have two colors. I'm not sure why. I think it's because they don't have like the best range of color. And this one is the Easton Snob. Is probably my favorite light pink everyday lip liner ever. This is actually my second one. I finished it, repurchased it. That just is saying everything, and it is perfect. I have such a hard time finding the perfect everyday lip liners. I feel like very often they will look too dark, too brown, and the pinks will be too warm or too cool tone. There's never that perfect shade, except this one. This is just my perfect shade. It's just a little cool tone, a little bit of mauve in there, and it's great. I love it. Again, this one you don't have to sharpen, you just have to twist it up. And the formula is creamy, but it is a great matte too. And this next one is also another nude. This one is definitely more brown, but this one isn't too dark for me, which again, I have a hard time finding the perfect liner that won't be too dark on me. This one is the color Natural. I just thought I would give them a little shout out because nobody mentions them, and if you're looking for great lip liners, those are definitely two great colors that I would recommend. So that's it, guys. Those are all the products that I think are underrated and worth the money and that I thought I would just share with you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what are underrated products in your opinion. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!